Are you guys ready? We have a new skill rework. We have a few new skill reworks coming in Season 5. We're only going to show one today. So one of the skills that people have asked us to improve a lot, we actually reworked it previously, to be honest. But it still wasn't good enough. So we decided to take it one step further and rework it a little bit again. And we have once again reworked Vengeance. So yeah, anyone that likes playing Vengeance a lot, we've done another Vengeance rework. So basically, the way that the new Vengeance functions, I guess I'll just show you. So it functions similar to the old Vengeance, where when you attack, you still create an explosion that takes your LE damage and converts it to an AoE. The difference now between the old Vengeance and the new Vengeance is that whenever the Vengeance AoE hits a target, it has a chance to propagate another Vengeance AoE, creating a domino chaining effect that goes through mobs. So as you attack targets, you'll propagate chains that will push through and create more. Creating sort of a domino effect, so to speak. And of course the AoE shotgun, etc., right? I'll turn this volume down a little bit. So if you guys like playing Vengeance a lot, Vengeance just became a much better AoE clearing build. It only spreads to nearby enemies? Correct. They have to be standing on top of each other, essentially. If they're not within shotgun radius, then it won't spread to them. It can't just hop targets like at range or whatever, right? But if a target's directly standing on top of each other, then it can spread. And the further it goes, the lower chance it has to spread, right? It gets diminishing returns as it travels further, essentially. So you do kind of want to group them up, right? Think of it kind of like, the playstyle is kind of similar to like a Lightning Fury Amazon, okay? So you want to like group them up similar to Lightning Fury Amazon. And then you kind of domino into them, right? So something else that some people talk about too is a lot of people like mapping in groups, right? And they kind of want to know like how much they're helping when they map in groups, or like how much they're comparatively doing to people in the groups. So we actually also added a .DPS meter that allows you to parse your DPS while you're in a map as well. So if you're playing with your friends and stuff, and you kind of want to see like how much you're outputting in the group, you can actually enable your DPS meter and kind of see if you're doing the big deeps in the group. You know, are you pulling your big weight? Are you what are you doing? You know. So yeah, we now have a DPS meter in PD2 for anyone that wants to actually do it. And then of course you can always reset your DPS meter too. If you want to turn it off and then turn it back on again, you can reset your DPS meter if you're trying to get a new fresh parse. Hopefully what we're working on gets finished, and if it does, it's going to be very big. I'll just say that. Do we have a starting date yet? No, we don't. But we are expecting D2R to reset roughly the end of the month. So we're probably, 2.5, 3 months out still. Still a little bit. Talking about a short season soon. When is this? I got to talk to the team more. Because we got news that D2R should reset at the end of the month, we'd have to do it very soon if we're going to do it. So I got to talk to the team, see if they got the free time to do it with me. And then we'll take it from there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have to be seen. I want to show the latest thing I got in there. I think we should do that next week, can't it? We gotta spread it out a little bit. That's a big one, to be honest. I think we should save that as a cherry for next week, I think. I think that's a good next week cherry. Alright. Always blue balling, can I? I do blue ball him all the time. But he wants to bust his nuts so quick. I gotta make him slow down. we're gonna reveal a new item. This is gonna be a double whammy, okay? So this is both a new item and a new mechanic coming into PD2. So this new mechanic is going to be primarily staff focused. You're pretty much only going to see it on staves. There might be a few exceptions, but it's primarily going to be a staff mechanic. So I now present to you the first unique shillelagh, Brimstone Rain. And the new mechanic is chance to cast on casting, which means that when you cast a spell, it has a chance to proc casting another spell. So Brimstone Rain is a new meteor themed staff with 18% chance to cast level 28 meteor on casting. It has 10 to 20% physical pierce, which obviously functions for skills like Meteor, Mind Blast, Tornado, Twister, any kind of physical based spell. It has 3 to 4 all skills, 75 FCR, 3 to Fire Mastery, 3 to Meteor, 50 to 100 life, 50 to 75 fire res, and then the classic staff, 50% damage to undead. For anyone that's curious where the spell will cast, it actually will cast at your cursor. Use Fireball? Sure, I'll use Fireball. I'll even use Ice Bolt to show you. Can CTC chain off the proc? It cannot, no. It cannot chain off the proc. The proc is not the player casting, so it can't chain from that. This is a tentative list, so this may change. Okay, keep that in mind, this may change. But right now we're kind of playing with the idea of Claw Viper Temple 1 and 2, Great Marsh, Disused Fane, Ruined Temple, Sewers, Level 1 in Act 3, The Forgotten Reliquary, Plains of Despair, Tower 1 going from 75 to 82, Tower 2 going from 76 to 83, Tower 3 going from 77 to 84, Tower 4 going to 78 to 85, and Tower 5 going to 79 to 85. The Hole 1 going to 84 and Hole 2 going to 85, increasing the mausoleum density. Hell Trist going from 76 to 82, the Crypt going 85, Burial Grounds going 85, Halls of Dead 2 to 82 and 3 to 85, Candy of the Magi from 79 to 80, Talrasha Tomb from 80 to 82, and Harem level 1 increased to level 100. Something else we could talk about as well. We're actually going to be going back to the original LOD key system. That's one of the reasons why we're making all the key farming areas 85 basically. So basically we're going to make the key farming areas 85. We're going to go back to the LOD key system. We're going to make the mini Uber areas probably 87. And then we're playing with the idea of trying to add some more incentives to make you want to farm the mini Uber areas. So there may be more incentives to actually AoE clear the new mini Uber areas. Which is one of the reasons why I'm okay with going back to the LOD system, because you'll be in the mini Uber areas less, and will make them more incentivized when you're in them. What about the rest of the mats? BSS, Pez, Trangel, and Splinters. So we talked about that a little bit in the last stream. We're actually going to be increasing the drop rate of all of the Uber materials significantly into the next season by a mass amount. Like a mass amount. So you're going to see the D-Clone and Rothma materials drop much more often in the upcoming season compared to previous seasons. And I'm also going to be removing one of the components from the Rathma recipe. I'm sure you guys can guess which one. Not the Rathma themed one. So the Wrathman recipe going forward will be Torch, Splinter of the Void, and Jawbone. So you're gonna see some interesting leveling staffs. If you find a staff while leveling, it could be a lot of fun, right? So let's hop in a little bit of staff action here, and we're gonna walk through a little bit of the staffs. So starting off, and it's been changed a little bit. So essentially with Bane Ash, we have removed the fire damage. It now has a 20% chance to cast level 8 Firebolt when casting. Its +2 to Warmth has been removed, and its +5 to Firebolt has been reduced to +3, but it now rolls +1 to 2 to fire skills. Used to have 2 to 3 Cyclone Armor, and now it has been replaced with 5% chance to cast level 3 Cyclone Armor on casting. It now also has a 30% chance to cast level 15 Firestorm on casting. Its 3 to 4 Arctic Blast was removed. Its 10 FCR was increased to 20%. So the next one is the Salamander. The Salamander has had its +1 to 2 Lesser Hydra removed. And now has a 20% chance to cast level 14 Lesser Hydra on casting. Its +1 to 2 Fireball was increased to +2. Its 1 to Firewall was increased to 2 to 3. And its 2 to 3 Warmth is reduced to +2 flat. So Spire of Lazarus previously had +1 to Sorcerer skills. It now has +2 to 3 to all skills. So it's much stronger than previously. It also had the +2 to 3 of Chain Lightning reduced to +2. And the +2 to 3 of Lightning reduced to +2. It had the +3 to Static Field removed. And it now has a 30% chance to cast level 15 Static Field on casting. The 1 to 28 Lightning damage increased to 1 to 280. Its 75 Light Res reduced to roll between 50 to 75. And the 43 mana regen now rolls between 35 to 45. The Iron Jang Bong now has 15% chance to cast level 20 Nova on casting, 15% chance to cast level 24 Blaze on casting, and 15% chance to cast level 24 Frost Nova on casting. So Razor Switch now rolls +1 to 2 instead of always being +1. Just a small buff on Razor Switch. It didn't actually get a CTC. I think Razor Switch is honestly already a strong item. It's a defensive staff, so it didn't get a CTC. It's the only one that didn't. Chromatic Ire, however, now has an 18% chance to cast level 26 slow movement on casting, making it an insane ladder starter teleport staff. If you're the Telesork on your team, this one is going to be big to find early ladder. Its 3 to Sork skills has been changed to +3 to all skills. Its +1 to Cold Fire and Light Mastery has been increased to a +1 to variable. Its 20 to 40 all resist is now a 25 to 40 all resist, just a minor increase in that variable difference there. So it's a very, very, very strong early ladder staff in a lot of different ways, especially if you want something defensive, right? If you want something very defensive. And now has a 25% chance to cast level 10 Glacial Spike on casting. Its 1 to 2 Ice Barrage increased to 2 to 3 Ice Barrage. And its 3 to Sork skills changed to 3 to all skills. And then the other change is Skull Collector now has a 5% chance to cast level 14 Bone Armor on casting, making it a little bit more of a strong defensive option in some manner, due to the fact that it has a chance to cast Bone Armor, potential 5 Necro skills, MF, MPK, FCR. So it's an interesting item now. So Ondals just got a little bit of love. Ondals now has a 20% chance to cast level 20 Inner Sight on casting, just giving a little bit more defensive utility. And its 2 to 4 all skills now rolls 3 to 4, making it a little bit easier to get one. At least a good one. So from 2 to 4 all skills to 3 to 4, 20% chance to cast level 20 Inner Sight on casting has been added as well. Something that you're going to see a little bit with the upcoming season is that I am reducing the variables a little bit on some stuff. So you're going to see a little bit of a variable squish on some items. So Mang Song previously had 20 to 30% fire, light, and cold pierce. These have all been reduced to 10 to 20%. However, Mang's Song now has a 16% chance to cast level 20 lower resist on casting. Disgustingly good if it drops. It's good. So once again, we reduced the Fizz, Cold, and Light Pierce mods by 10%. And then we give it lower res. So it has a little bit more Pierce when it procs, and a little bit less Pierce when it doesn't proc. So it's stronger when the proc happens, and weaker when the proc doesn't. But it also has the ability to break immunes, because it is a low res proc. So in some use cases, it will break immunes. Akarat's Devotion has a 20% chance to cast level 28 Blessed Hammer on casting, 2 to Paladin skills, 40 IS, 240 to 270 ED, 2 to 4 to Blessed Hammer, 10 to 15 rep life, and 25 MF. The new claw is Stalker's Call. Stalker's Call has Dragonflight cooldown reduced by 0.5 seconds, 2 to Assassin skills, 330 to 365 ED, 30 to 40 kick damage, 20 to 30 deadly strike, 2 to Dragonflight, and 3 to 4 Tiger Strike. So basically, in Season 5, rare items will now roll a minimum of 4 affixes at 45 plus, a minimum of 5 affixes at 65 plus, and a minimum of 6 affixes, which is as many as they can have, at 85 plus. So if you are picking up 85 plus rares, they will always roll 6 affixes, allowing you to more easily hunt GG rares. Jewels will always roll 4 affixes on rare jewels from now on. Yeah, if we do a small reset thing, it'll be it'll be probably like a 2-week mini ladder race event. Yeah, it'll be like a 2-week ladder race event. Yeah. And if we do something like that, it's probably gonna be. So here's what I want to do. If we do it, if we have time to do it and we're able to do it and we have the manpower to do it, I want to do a event where Hell Mode gives 300% experience. We disable all uniques, disable all sets, and disable all rune words, but we still allow runes to drop. So it would be a rare and crafted only league with 300% XP in Hell Mode, basically. So if we do a mini league, that's going to be the mini league idea. We'll see how it goes. Today on stream, we revealed that we do have a new stack and unstack mechanic that allows you to break apart your stacks and convert your runes between stacked and unstacked version without requiring the cube.